sweethearts and lovelies, and welcome back to the Temporal Travelers podcast, where for once we're not talking about a work of pornography that somebody picked by mistake.
Hooray!
What a concept! Instead, we're talking about Quantum Leap, specifically The Leap Back, Season 4, Episode 1. Oh, and this is an event by any means.
Yep. So now that we have gotten back to form on the podcast, let me tell you about a TV series by the name of Remington Steele.
Mike?
Every time he somehow finds some obscure 80s piece of drama to tangent us about. It's either, if it's not Murder, She Wrote, or Columbo, or
what?
The Greatest American Hero, it's Remington Steele. But I'm joined by my two usual co-hosts, Michael Hooving and Sean Dillon, and we are going to discuss The Leap Back. A big one by any means, and also one that requires a little bit of setting up in context, which is wild because we had these Quantum Leap episodes because we thought, Quantum Leap is like, it's a story of the week thing. You can just go in basically knowing the premise. And then over and over on the show, it's like, okay, so to set up the evil leapers, we have to explain blah, 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 blah. And now here we are to set up The Leap Back. We only need to give you two pieces of context for two other episodes. The first being the second episode of the show, Star-Crossed, which was a leap set at a college, and it had Sam interacting with his future fiancée, Donna Elise, who was going to leave him at the altar in the original history because of her abandonment issues about her father, but he helped sort those out, but there was the implication of, if you sort this out, she might not marry you. But he did it anyway because it was the right thing to do. The second is the Season 3 closer, Shock Theater, which is a harrowing narrative collapse where Sam gets electroshock therapy in a mental institution immediately upon leaping, and he sort of regresses to the characteristics of previous leapees, people like Jesse Tyler, the lady from What Price Gloria. There's some other people. Fucking Jimmy, which leads to the horrible, harrowing thing of Scott Bakula saying, give Jimmy a shock! Give Jimmy the shock! Because he needs to have another shock or else he'll lose his connection with Al forever. It's classic narrative collapse stuff where, oh no, if this happens, we won't be able to tell Quantum Leap stories anymore. But the cliffhanger.
And just to be fair, that is my least favorite episode of Quantum Leap. I do not like Shock.
Really? Even worse than fucking Song for the Soul or some of the or Deliver Us from Evil? That's your least fave?
Well, it was when I first started watching Quantum Leap. It was when I first started, mainly because of just how bad the episode. Like it is a harrowing episode. It's harrowing.
You want harrowing? Go look a little forward in the Season 4, which yeah. But so there's a consequence of this because he gets the electroshock at the end of that episode, but then there's a lightning strike, and then we lead into this episode, which, the cold open of this episode is the cliffhanger ending of the season. But it's a narrative collapse, which I know the term from reading a whole bunch of Terra Cerditorum and talking about the Doctor Who finales where, oh no, everything is going to die and no more new Doctor Who stories can be told. And the Doctor averts it, but there's a terrible cost. We don't have the terrible cost as of yet, but maybe we'll have it if we analyze The Leap Back.
Yeah, so in The Leap Back, things get a bit fucky with Sam and Al. Mainly, Sam is the hologram, Al is the person.
And they both have a simultaneous, oh boy.
Yep, it turns out that what has happened is the shock has sent Al back in time to the normal time period, and Al has now switched places.
We did a flippy floppy, which is a real shock because it's like Al tries to walk through this cannon, like, every time you see, and he bumps into it, and it's like, what? And then Sam walks through it, and it's like, what is going on? And it's so interesting in that not only have they swapped places, but because of the thing, they've also sort of embodied bits of their personality. Sam is more of a boisterous lecher, and Al is more like oh golly gosh gee, what's going on here? Oh my goodness.
Yep.
And they do great at playing it off. I really love Scott Bakula's acting in this.
I love one of the first times you really get this feeling of just how different the two are, and Sam's going, well, I've got a dairy farm, and then you see Al drop his cup, and it's like, you stop that.
Sam is just having fun in this episode. Honestly, the opening act is essentially a 15-minute two-hander or comedy bit. In fact, this whole episode is largely a funny episode, despite its supposed portent as the one where Sam finally returns home.
Which is interesting because, as always, I consulted Beyond the Mirror Image, the guidebook written by the late Matt Dale, also a Quantum Leap podcaster, of a much more popular Quantum Leap podcast, it has to be said, but, I digress. But in his overview of the episode, he liked it and all, but he did critique it for exactly the reasons you're praising it. He's like, this should have been a two-parter so that we could have seen more of the future.
We don't really need to, though. Like,
I agree with you.
I think we see enough of it. It's very much... That's not what this story is about. It's about why Sam is the one who's leaping.
Yeah. And I mean, well, that kind of thinking.
Someone else was in the position, and honestly, Al gets killed in the fucking comedy episode. Like, if Al was in... give me another comedy episode.
Oh, fuck. God.
What's the one where the Bob Saget episode?
Stand up. The stand up episode. Okay.
He get killed in the stand up episode, let alone something more harrowing like the trial of Kay McBain.
Oh God, no. Yeah, I do agree with you. It's very interesting in that, but that line of thinking of why didn't they show us more of the future? That gets us to season 5, and we know how we feel about season 5.
Yeah, I think the problem. Yeah, I think there's a tendency within science fiction fans of wanting science fiction to be within the epic register. This is also how you have the contemporaneous Star Trek Deep Space Nine go from it's a show about a space station to the big war of the Federation.
And, my perspective. I fled such macrocosmic shit to go to Quantum Leap. So,
yeah,
I'm all for the small and ordinary.
Yeah, it's like Quantum Leap as art is an exploration of American history. Like, I was actually contemplating what the rules for a comic book series based off of Quantum Leap would be, and the main ones would probably be, this is the time frame between, you can't go outside of the year Sam was born to the year Sam leaped. So you have basically from the late 50s to the mid to late 90s, but a fictional version where it's sci-fi. And you can't have Sam go back in time. You can't have Sam leave the continental United States.
Which, to be fair, televised Quantum Leap did that a few times.
I guess you could have him go to Canada,
okay.
But then that's how.
Off the top of my head, the only times he's left the continental United States are Vietnam, and then Blood Moon, where he goes to a European castle with vampires, and Lee Harvey Oswald, where it focuses on Lee Harvey Oswald in Japan in the first part, and Russia.
Yeah. Whereas, Jesus, that's gonna be a fun two-parter to hit.
Isn't it just? But we don't have to worry about it right now.
What I love about this episode is that it really does show Sam as a person when he's not in the leap. Yeah, like, yes, he does mix with Al a bit, but it really does show that Sam as a person was really a lot more like, oh, look at how smart I am. Like, he was a lot more outgoing than what we were led to believe.
There's a degree of arrogance to him, but also joviality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his backstory is basically, he was a child prodigy with like 5 degrees, and he went to college at the age of 14.
16.
Whatever. Either way, he's like basically a super genius. So you do get the sense of this. He believes his own hype in this. There is a degree to which he's mixed with Al, and more flirtatious than he normally would be. But
Yeah, like Ziggy goes off on, yeah, so you have fun with Al's sex drive.
God, have.
Yeah,
There's that other line from Ziggy that's really fucked up where it's like, ooh, if you weren't my father. What the fuck? How did you program your goddamn computer, Sam?
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I love about Ziggy, this is what I missed in the new Quantum Leap. I wanted Ziggy to actually like be a character, because she is a character in the original Quantum Leap. In the new one, she's just a computer.
Yeah,
but in fact, no, she will flat out tell you this is a dumb idea.
Yeah, this is a dumb idea. And also taking the piss.
Yeah.
Is did Deborah Pratt play her in the new series?
No, Ziggy never spoke. No. Ziggy never spoke.
Cowards, love them.
They should have. She should have. I also like that there's a degree of gender fluidity to Ziggy, where every other episode, and I'm pretty sure in this one too, they're like, oh, the computer's name's Ziggy. They must be a he. So it's like in all these episodes, oh, Ziggy he says that there's an 84% chance, blah blah blah. But then they get Deborah Pratt to voice Ziggy in this, and it's like, oh, okay. It works.
Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure in the final episode we meet a guy Ziggy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you know something? Oh, do you want to know something interesting? The introduction to when the introduction speech, the introduction monologue, that's Ziggy. That's Ziggy telling us the monologue.
That's supposed to be
after Sam does it.
That's actually supposed to be Ziggy and not just a Deborah Pratt voiceover?
No, that is meant to be Ziggy telling us Sam Beckett's. Yeah.
How about that? And Deborah Pratt did do the I don't know. I think she does it for she does it for the first episode of the New Quantum Leap. I don't know if she does it for subsequent ones. I forget now. But that's interesting.
But what I love, another thing I love about this episode is it really just show. We really do finally get to meet characters that we've only been able to hear by voice and by introductions. We meet Dr. Beaks in the Shock Theater, or we at least get a tempting of who she is. But this is the first time where we actually get to see everybody who currently works at the project.
Well, we did see Gushy in the opening. All we had to say, oh my god, he's leaping! I tried to stop him! But we get to see him here again, and he'll show up a bunch in Season 5 as well, when they start focusing on showing you 1999.
Yeah.
Which they do pin down. This is now happening. The current date is September 18th, 1999. We're in the near future.
Yep. The episode, I believe, give me a sec.
If I had to guess,
Season 4.
September 1991, I want to say, from the...
yeah, September 18th, 1991. This was 8 years in the future.
Which is funny because, if we're going to quibble about quantum leap dating, like we're calling about unit dating, the new series specifically says that Sam first leaped in 1995, and they tried to keep equivalent years passing between seasons, so the show is set between 1989 and 1993, so the future setting is between 1995 and 1999. The show ends in 1999.
Yeah.
But then you're adding in a whole other can of worms when you've got, the new Quantum Leap, and it's just set in our world, not the future fucking world of Quantum Leap, so that when you have Leap set in 1996, it's just our 1996, and not crazy future aesthetic 1996, but that's like going back and complaining, hey, why doesn't the bridge on Discovery look like a 1960s bridge? My immersion!
Or, for that matter, was Doctor Who trapped on Earth in the 70s or the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Let's talk. Yeah. So anyway, about unit dating.
No. You want unit dating? Go find Rainiac's channel and go find Doctor Who reviews and go listen to our episode of Modern Undead. I'm not relitigating that shit here. There's far more interesting things that we could talk about. Like
Sam's wife.
Like Sam's wife. Okay, great segue. Yes. Donna Elise, played by a different actress because Terry Hatcher from Starcross wasn't available, but this actress does well.
You want to know what she was doing during this time? She
What?
was in a lovely show by the name of Lewis and Clark.
No.
Yes, the second worst live-action TV Superman show.
And the worst live-action Superman.
Well, the worst actor to play Superman.
Yes, that. I don't know how well he acted as Superman. I don't want to go back and watch.
He was fine.
He's
he was
fine.
Very
He's
much
just
a 90s. He was very much a 90s actor.
The only clip I know from Lois and Clark is when the time traveling guy is like, I finally get to meet Lois Lane and I finally get to see just how stupid she is. And he takes the guy's glasses. Hello, I'm Clark Kent. No, I'm Superman.
Yeah, and there's one episode where there's, in a very comedic turn, Dean Cain turns out to be very opposed to neo-Nazis.
Oh, God. Oh, the past was a mistake. Actually, no,
the future was a mistake.
The future was a mistake. You're right. I've got all wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey because we've traveled into the future in our Quantum Leap episode. But Donna Elise...
Clark is very much a show that people like if they want to show off how much they don't like modern superhero shows like Smallville or the Arrowverse.
Okay.
Instead of just having taste and going, all of these shows are terrible. Except for Smallville, which is a delight.
I haven't revisited Smallville in ages, but that's okay.
We're not doing a Smallville podcast.
No, we're not doing a Smallville podcast.
I want to repeat myself. Well, Mike, we aren't doing a Smallville podcast.
I've never seen. Have I seen Smallville? I don't remember. I don't know.
Smallville was
last show you go down a rabbit hole on, Mike. You specifically.
Yeah, you're already on thin ice, Mr. Porn Man.
Oh my god.
But Donna Elise is a fascinating character in this, and I fucking oh god, the ending. Oh my god.
Yeah. Again, this is the comedy episode.
Yeah, but
I really do like how this episode mixes in the comedy with the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really does show how much Sam cares for Al and cares for them. And what's funny is that the leap itself is kind of put on the back burner this episode because we're all worried about Sam in the future.
It is and isn't put on the back burner because, as Sean said, the first quarter of the episode is basically we're stuck in the past. Sam can't get out of the imaging chamber because he doesn't have a hand link, and Al has the hand link, but Sam obviously can't interact with him and take it because he's a hologram. So while I had to figure that out, the leap parameters happen around them, such that it's 1945, which. Well, it's out of Sam's lifetime, but it's within Al's, so it fits. The first time we've technically bent the rules like that to get out of pre-1950s. And he's Tom Jarrett, who is which is rather interesting for Al, because this guy, the Leapy, is a POW from World War II, who's come back to his hometown after years to find that his fiancée has moved on and is going to get remarried. Which is Al's backstory.
That was the whole plot of the season 2 finale, MIA.
Which, oh god, that's an amazing episode.
When we cover MIA, it's gonna oh my heart.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. If we can get away with it, I would love to just have the entire song play.
I don't think I can get away with that. Let me put this in perspective here. I got hit for putting 10 seconds of Wherever You Will Go on In a Mirror Darkly. I cannot get away with the entire song.
Oh, you got hit with the. Oh, you got hit with the. Oof.
Copyright block. Yeah, copyright block in like some countries or somewhere. I don't know.
All right.
They are hounds about that kind of shit. But I really love the way that we get the exposition from the milkman, and then we've got Al in the diner catching up, and Sam is just being so fucking horny.
Like I got a dairy farm, and then Al drops the thing, and he's like, "Will you stop that?" And Sam's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Why would I even say that?"
It's you pervert. You've got your pervert cells mixed with my brains. And the fiance comes, and they reconcile, and then the guy she's going to marry comes up and is like, "You, sir, are infringing upon my woman. I challenge you to fisticuffs." To which Al replies by roundhouse kicking him in the face with Sam's judo kick. Good shit. This is not the last we will see of Clifford, our scumbag of the week.
Unfortunately, because again, this is the comedy episode that goes dark because Al is not prepared for comedy episodes.
Rather interestingly, for a time travel show, Quantum Leap appears to be cribbing from Back to the Future a little here. Okay, first of all, the impetus for this flip-flop was a lightning strike, similar, of course, to how Marty McFly gets home at the end of the first motion picture. But then, to get the door open, they pull a scheme that's basically the same as the end of Back to the Future 2. They're like, okay, let's write a letter to Gucci and give instructions to the post office to deliver it in 50 years. And as soon as they drop in, and I don't think time travel works like this in Quantum Leap before or after, but for the scene, it works. The instant they do it, it works, and the door opens.
I think what it is that it's honestly, that would be an interesting idea to do later on in a newer episode. They never touch on this again, but that would be an interesting way to get messages back to the project. Would be have like the people write to the project in the future. Hey, this is me. I'm writing. I am Sam from this date here. This is the proof that I'm time traveling. Da 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 da.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. The new series does have some ripple effect things. Obviously, sometimes the main cast isn't affected, but I'm thinking of Let Them Play, where the Leapy Ben, he decides to put the trans girl in the basketball game, and then afterwards, the hologram Addison is talking to one of the techs, the NB, Ian, I think their name was on the show. And Ian is like, "Oh yeah, I remember Gia playing that game. That was great. Well, you remember it, but she only played because Ben just did it. Oh my god, the ripple effect." So, very interesting. It works sometimes, but it's a cute little thing, and it's great. Have we mentioned Sam is just having the time of his fucking life being a hologram? He's like, "Ah, look at me, Al! Woo, can't touch me."
I love how he's like, what was his line? He's standing in the middle of the door frame. He's standing in the middle of the door after Al opens the door, and he just starts laughing when Al gets shocked, and it's like, "Will you stop that? It is I, the hologram."
It's so good. Peak comedy, but it does bring in the drama later, because right after Sam mails they mail the letter and the door opens, Sam's like, "Oh, I'm starting to remember." And the look on his face as he turns to Al and is like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Donna! God. It's so good.
Al's like, "You told..." And Al even remembers. And he literally says, "You told me not to tell you."
Well, as we find out, Donna is the one who wanted it kept secret, because and this is interesting in light of the new series as well. She didn't want him to know, because he couldn't do certain missions if he knew he had a wife back home. All the ones about romance, for instance. It's like, oh, how can you fall in love with and help two people come together as Leapy if you're like, oh no, am I cheating on my wife if I'm doing this? Which is interesting because we've got the hologram Leapy pair in the new series, Ben and Addison, who were engaged before Ben went off to leap impulsively to save her life because of the story arc of the first season. And in a way, Quantum Leap 2022 is about their relationship and their love and their reconnection because of all the things that happen. And again, it's a wild parallel with Al's backstory in that in the season 2 jump, Ben leaps, but it's been 3 years for everyone else, and they all thought he was dead, and she moved on. And there's a lot of drama mined off of that.
Yeah, which leads into the final scene of the show, which is the best thing ever.
It's a new Leap or Old Leap?
Old Leap.
Oh, Old Leap, yes, it's great. New Leap's final scene is also great.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Al's backstory.
Oh yeah, no,
Ben and Allison. Like
Ben
Al's
Allison,
Al's final scene, like the final scene of Old Quantum Leap is
Chef's Kiss.
Oh my God! But we're not talking about that yet. We're talking about this,
which makes the ending of this hurt all the fucking more when you know that. But the future, 1999. We meet Dr. Beaks. We meet Tina, which I don't know if we've met Tina before. I don't think we have.
No, this is the first time we meet Tina, and how insane she is.
She's so insane that Al needs to work out his issues with Tina with the only licensed professional he can, Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
She's insane. This woman, like, you literally, when we first finally meet Tina and see who she is, you kind of go, oh my God, look at all this stuff they've been through. Why aren't she, like, oh my Jesus.
She's a wild one, that Tina. And Donna is lovely, Gushi's lovely. And Ziggy, as we've said. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And
So I might be misunderstanding something about this future saying, but is Al polyamorous?
I don't think so. I think the implication is he doesn't know that Tina's fucking Gushi.
No, I mean I'm pretty sure there are 2 ladies in the future that were both with Al.
I think
yeah.
I think they were just leading him out of the chamber because he was still disoriented from the climax of the show. But
no. He's talking about the lady in the car from the first episode.
Ah.
Okay, fair enough.
Because that lady is also supposed to be Tina.
Or if you read the Quantum Leap book Prelude, which is a prequel to a thing, and they go into the moment that Sam leaps, except for whatever reason the author completely forgot how it went in the show and just made up their own version. Which okay, you can do that, but if you're looking at it as this is the backstory of what happened, it's not gonna line up. It's not gonna line up at all.
Yeah, so apparently there are 2 Tinas, and who knows what the heck. But anyway.
And now, according to the new timeline, there are no Tinas. So,
yeah.
That's depressing.
That's depressing.
Well, I'm sure Tina
is. One timeline where Tina is married to Gushi?
Maybe.
But anyway, as we find out, or as Ziggy finds out after a day where Sam gets to be with his wife and be with the crew and actually sit down and it's like, let's get Al out of there. They go, we've got a problem. Al's about to die.
Specifically, suicide.
Which is wild, but I want to touch on. We're going a little bit linear. I want to touch on this scene on the Project Rooftop, where because it'll come up in the ending where Sam's talking about the light from this distant star that's 54 light years away, which is the exact time frame between 1945 and 1999. So we are looking at starlight that was burst when Al is right now.
We only see their photographs, to quote a thing we talked about earlier.
What's that thing?
Watchmen.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Delightful. But
And it really does, it like, them on the rooftop of the project, it really does. You can really tell how much Sam loves Donna. Like, how much he put together, Donna. And do I think that do I think Al ever told Donna? Or that, no, they wouldn't even remember what he did for Donna.
She wouldn't remember the original history, no.
No.
Like, it literally says he's already forgotten.
Yeah. Because he's reintegrated back to normal time.
Yeah.
All the things he's done, he's forgotten.
Which is wild. All those good decisions, and it's just like, I can stay here. I don't know. Which makes his decision all the more interesting, because he's not thinking of all the people he could continue to save. He's thinking of saving Al. Which, Al is in a pickle, and as Sean said, Al is in life-threatening calamity in a comedy leap. A leap that would be easy street for Sam at this point.
All Sam has to do is not die. From Guy What Will Kill You. But because Al is, frankly, hornier than Sam.
Well, at this point, they're both a little bit. They're both
Yeah, but regularly speaking, Sam isn't as horny.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not the horniness that gets him. It's the fact that
but yeah.
The lady goes out of the car and then she gets attacked, and when Al goes to check on her, he gets hit from behind. I don't know how things would have played if it was Sam there from the beginning. Maybe Al would have been more alert, and yeah, because Sam is pecking away at Ziggy, not following Al. So maybe Al would be more alert, and he's like, "Sam, look out!"
Yeah, but anyway, and so they say, and so Ziggy's like, what you have to do is you have to wake up. Is if you leap into Al and have Al come back, you will wake up and you will be able to save
She doesn't say it directly like that. She's like, Admiral Calavici is unconscious and will regain consciousness in 8 minutes. Unfortunately, he will be dead in 5 minutes. What am I supposed to do? You will have to wake him up. Well, how am I gonna do that? That's not gonna be easy. I never said it would be easy, Dr. Beckett. And so, Sam makes his choice. Al saved his life too many times. 23 times again. We're not going to quibble over how many times exactly. Countless times. Al has saved Sam's bacon. Sam would be stuck in the past, dead, or lost, or worse, without Al's help. Even though he has his happy ending, he can't sacrifice his friend like that. He's too good of a man. And so, Sam Beckett, quantum leaps.
He leaps back and leaps into Al and sends Al back to the project.
And punches his stupid head off a cliff.
Yeah. Once again, Sam Beckett has a body count. In more ways than one.
Yeah, so there's pushing a man off a cliff. He stabs a man. I'm trying to think of all the things he
shoots a man.
Shoots a man.
He almost kills John F. Kennedy.
That's an almost. And those are things. Yeah, so those are things that happen. But it's a tragic little goodbye, and there is the vain hope that the retrieval program. I tinkered with it today. It should work. The odds of the retrieval program working are 9.6%, and predictably, for the long-running term of the status quo of the show, the retrieval program does not work.
Yeah, it turns out you can't techno-babble your way out of this bullshit.
And this is
if only Sam Beckett reversed the polarity of the neutron flow.
And this is the cost of the narrative collapse. Yeah, this is the cost of the narrative collapse of Shock Theater. Sam Beckett has his taste of home, and he has to give it up again because it's the right thing to do.
And he returns back, and the status quo begins again.
God,
and
the ending though. The ending. with Al and Donna on the roof.
Al goes to Donna. Al goes to Donna and asks him about what happened, and Donna is just, oh, Donna, man.
And he's like, yep, well, he's at it again. He's a stand-up comic now, and he's trying to put a family together. Does he know about me? No. Ziggy, show me a star that's 45 light years away. And she looks at that light, the light that was born at a distant time in the past, where her lover is now. And it's made all the more... Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, then the episode ends with voice over him going, I love you, Deborah.
Donna, but...
Donna, shit.
Deborah's Deborah Pratt, but yeah.
Deborah Pratt, right.
But,
and then, also, I would like to note that the pitch for the episode of a stand-up comic who's dealing with a divorce while his daughter is stuck in the middle, and the way to resolve it isn't to reunite the couple, but by having a new relationship, feels very much like some weird distaff version of Joking Apart.
Hi, Moffat.
Oh, that's almost exactly like the freaking episode with the magician, the stage magician.
Oh yeah, kinda, yeah. I can see.
Yeah,
it.
but that episode, Sam literally walks up to the wife and kisses her to bring them back together.
And that episode has a child nearly get herself killed trying to do a magic trick. But...
Yeah.
Well,
oh boy.
Oh boy is right, but God, and the ending of this episode is made all the more poignant by what we know about Mirror Image. Have we said how the show ends on this thing before?
No. I think. Should we say how the show ends?
Let's keep it a secret.
I think people who go into this podcast know how the show ends.
I think you know, but in case you don't know, I'm not going to say it.
No.
They're left to the implication until the moment finally happens.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think what we should do is we shouldn't say until we do MIA.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
we remember.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if we remember. Next episode 30. Oh yeah. Oh, this reminds me of the end of Mirror Image.
Yeah.
But
I will say though, the ending to Quantum Leap is perfect.
You're correct.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've said this before. The first season of the new Quantum Leap should 100% have been the daughter. It should have been. I'll tell this full story, but it should have been something completely different, more involving another character from it. But otherwise, yeah,
fair,
like the ending to this to the original Quantum Leap is perfect.
To be fair, those legacy characters do have a bigger stake in season 2's climax, which was lovely. And I will stick up for season 2's climax. For that show, the ending of that particular brand of Quantum Leap is perfect. But I can state that case in about 4 years when we do a Quantum Leap revival podcast.
If we end up doing that podcast and not something else.
Well, I mean, it'll only be 30 episodes, so.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be 30 episodes plus.
No tangents this time. Straight shot.
The nature of future Quantum Leap is not one that permits us doing the structure that we're doing with this. Quantum Leap.
Yeah, it is
very much a serialized show.
Exactly. So you got to do it in one go, like that.
Yeah, it's got to be one go.
You can't jump around, and you can't jump around left and right. But
if we did a Murder She Wrote podcast, we could jump around.
Sargak, what do we think of Leap Back?
Yeah, Murder She Wrote doesn't really work in that context either, because that's not really a show that is about jumping back and forth through time.
Good point. Yeah,
it's an anthology show.
Yeah.
We have fun with the movie, with the espionage and Donkey Kong Land 2 on the Game Boy.
A pity that's the only episode of Murder She Wrote you will ever watch on this podcast.
If only somebody hadn't selected pornography. What did we think of the Leap Back, gang?
Oh, I thought it was delightful. Oh, the right kind of melancholy that typifies what Quantum Leap was.
Yeah, it is a fantastic it generally is a fantastic snapshot of the new stat. I don't even want to call it the new status quo because seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 really have like this different aura about them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 1 through 3 was working towards shock theater. Now it's we game home. We Sam went home, and he chose to go back.
Mm. Which says a lot about what kind of a man he is.
Yeah, and he chose to go back. So, honestly, 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10.
Delightful. I love it. I know Matt Dale in his book complained. Not to like do a call out post on a deceased Quantum Leap superfan or nothing. His opinions were fine, but not to be like, oh, you were wrong. But contrary to that opinion, I think the balance between the leap and the future setting was perfect. It was perfect. We got just enough of a tease of what the future world looked like, and got enough of a sense of Sam's relationship and who he is outside of his brain being a bunch of Swiss cheese and just a dude doing the right thing, the embodiment of the golden retriever. He's a lot like the guy he was in the leaps that we saw. Just a little more, with a little more bravado and flirtatious nature. And it really shows the bond between Sam and Al that he would give up his chance of happiness in the present to save his friend because it's the right thing to do. Very Quantum Leap. It is a stellar episode of the show. So, what will we get next? Which is interesting because for the past little while, I've been the only one spinning Quantum Leap episodes. In your defense, Sean, the last time you got to choose, you didn't spin. You were just like, it's my birthday. Let's talk about a comic book. But now you're spinning.
And I got punished by porn.
Well, don't look at me. I didn't do nothing. But we'll see.
Hey! Hey now! Hey, again! How many times must I say it did not? When I researched it, it did not look like it.
In 2 seconds of research, we found it, Michael. I got the proof.
Well, I suppose the Sean Spins a Quantum Leap episode still isn't happening.
Okay, what are we doing?
I know exactly what's going to happen for the next podcast, even though it's someone picking it.
What? Oh.
And it's not me who's picking it.
Okay, what did you spin? What are we doing?
So, Fresno.
Yes, sir.
What Dirty Pair episode do you want us to watch, and why is it the trans episode?
It's obviously the trans episode! How could it not be the trans episode?
Yep, so next time on Quantum Leap Reviews, love is everything, risk your life to elope.
Woohoo!
Hey! We get Dirty Pair!
Hey, it's an anime that has wrestling aesthetics and it isn't pornography!
I mean...
Well, it's not a fair of Lalandia, Sean, so... That's the quantifier. Unless you want to see a fair of Nolandia. Or you're reading you're reading that other manga that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, so, but hey, we get a Dirty Pair episode, which is a rarity.
A rarity? Yeah, well...
Yeah, which means I know because we did practice spins before the podcast.
Yeah.
I actually did get a couple Quantum Leaps.
Yeah.
I didn't touch it at all. You know what? Fuck it. We're teasing the wheel. I know we shouldn't tease the wheel, but let's let me do a spin live on the air just to see what I would have got if I had to select it.
Hey, look, it's a trial.
Oh man, what is this? Oh my god. We would have been in Mike's hands again. I don't know if you put it back on the wheel, but he would have gotten to pick young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He only gets one.
He only gets one.
Yes.
One.
Yeah, because Murder She Wrote disappeared, I get to pick one young Indiana Jones episode, and that one would either be the pilot episode or it'd be the one where Indiana Jones plays the freaking saxophone.
Indiana Jones plays the saxophone.
Not the one with Harrison Ford?
That's the one with Harrison Ford.
Oh, okay. Neat. Yeah, that test spin almost hit the monkey, which Is that the Osgood Perkins monkey, the Stephen King?
It is indeed.
I feel like I'm having deja vu when I'm asking why the hell is that on the wheel.
That's part of the Stephen King section.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, he was in an episode of Quantum Leap.
He was, and we covered it, and we drafted rain for it. And the Langoliers is on the wheel because of Dean Stockwell.
So join us for episode 30 of the Temporal Travelers podcast, where we cover Love is Everything. Risk your life to elope.
All right, so you can find us lovely people. I don't need to wait for y'all to say, oh, where can you find us? Because I can just do it. You hear that, Ray? You can just do it. You can just end the show like that. So anyway, you can find us people over on Bluesky, linked down below. I am streaming Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays are Fields of Mystria. Thursdays are an existential nightmare in the form of a cute little pink Nintendo game character. And also, I really need to get back to writing. I have to restructure what I'm doing and give a think about things I want to do, because I want to do more things before I hit October and my brain explodes. Do you realize how many good horror motion pictures have come out this year?
Yeah, it's like the Ghostbusters movie and the Ghostbusters movie.
I said this year, you dingus!
I mean, you could expand to 31 this year.
I like the twice, whatever it is, one every other day.
Other day.
I like that pace, but I'll try to write something. I've been trying to do other things, play some things, watch some stuff. It's been pretty good. Michael, what have you been up to?
I've been doing stuff on my letterbox, Michael Hoovian, and I've been also writing a little bit on my blog, Michael Hoovian Thoughts at blogspot.com. I am in a little. I was in a rut for a little bit. I got out of it for a little bit. I'm still teeter-tottering, trying to watch movies. I think the latest movie I watched was Doctor Who and the Daleks, but that one's not up yet. Not up yet on my letterbox. Oh my god, Doctor Who and the Daleks.
The Peter Cushing film?
Yeah, the Peter Cushing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty colors.
It was a pretty good movie. And I think one movie that I'm trying to look up to see if I can watch is, I'm probably going to see if I can log a couple Columbo episodes so I can see. One of these days, Fresno, you will see the glory that is Columbo.
One of these days. In the meantime, on my letterbox, I logged two miniseries of the 80s sci-fi show V, and then I logged a weirdo Tubi movie called The Return of Captain Invincible, which is like a washed up superhero, but also there's songs, and the songs are done by the Rocky Horror Picture Show guy. So Christopher Lee has a villain song singing about different kinds of boozes to tempt the alcoholic washed up superhero into becoming evil. Kind of slaps. 3 out of 5 stars. And then I watched the Zombieland Saga movie, which is fucking amazing. They did it, Mike! They did it! They turned the zombie idol girls fighting aliens and they made Peek out of it! How did they do that?
Aliens! Also, Sean, what have you been doing?
Mostly I've been working with Arcbeal Press on trying to get the newest volume of Back to the 11th Hour released. Due to stuff factors outside of a lot of people's control, it will be coming out by the end of the week this podcast comes out, rather than on the 26th as planned. I'm also editing Last War in Albion, Volume 2. I'm halfway through those edits, so that should be coming out later this year.
Oh, you've been editing
Here,
that,
I'm working on several articles for The Beat. I just released one on Rama 1/2 and the fake Rama arc, and why it's about why Rama has to be both boy and girl.
Hey, gender in 80s anime. We'll be talking about it next time. What portions of the war did Volume 2 cover?
Watchmen.
Oh, very, very, very timely considering your choice.
Yeah, it's almost as if I picked that because it was on my mind.
Funny. It's wild how that shit works. Great. Well, so, anything else, Sean?
Also working on some other things, but they're not going to be done until mid to late 2027.
Delightful. Well, so that's that for this podcast, gang. That's another Temporal Travelers in the bag. We're saying goodbye to Quantum Leap and once again going to Tangent Land. Thank God for that rebrand, right? But I'm not that mad because this is one of my favorite animes of all time. We're going to talk about Dirty Pair episode 7, the trans episode. Holy shit! Happy and it's a bit of a shame that we don't get it out in time for Pride Month, but it's belated Pride Month, baby! Woo!
Yeah, and then next time it's my spin again.
And next time it's your spin again. And if you get something bad, we'll throttle you live on the air. But while we threaten Michael's life, thank you all very much for watching our discussion on the Leap Back, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time, hopefully, for The Dirty Pair. Until then, gang, bye for now. Have a good one, and we hope you enjoy whatever it is you watch next.